Hi everybody, I'm Mom and I welcome you all to MomDas Life Handmade. My channel is all about doing DIY and home within budget, and if you love such content and are new here, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button given below the video, and do hit that little bell icon beside it so that you're notified each time I upload a video. If you're old here, a warm welcome. If you're new here, a big hi. Today I'm participating in a challenge which is called Craft Your Stash with Nature, and this challenge is being hosted by Sandra from the Schwowin's Nest. Sandra asked us to create any kind of DIY but must incorporate something from nature. So I just went out in my yard, and it was the morning after a stormy night, and there were a lot of twigs, branches that had fallen off, and I picked up a branch and I wanted to make this beautiful boho inspired macrame kind of craft and use it in my decor. For this project, I'm going to use some yarn. So one can use macrame cords for this, but I decided to use t-shirt yarn. Now t-shirts yarn can be available in the market, but one can easily make them at home using old t-shirts or t-shirts that you don't want to use for your home. So this is one of the such t-shirts. It's very easy to make. I'm just going to cut some 1-inch strips first. I don't need this stitch line. Some people even open the stitch line to use the fabric, or you can just omit them. This is a rubber print and it will be hard and non-stretchy and will not be useful in making the yarn. So I'm going to not use this portion. I'm going to remove the stitched part also. Now that I have this 1-inch broad strip of t-shirt yarn, I'm going to just stretch it. It's like magic. You hold it and just stretch the 2 ends. And you see it forms a cord-like thing, and your yarn is ready for any kind of macrame or any kind of such kind of work. You can use it. So I'm going to utilize this whole thing and get some pale pink yarn. I have some other colors as well. Some of the other colors I chose are this green, some teal, this light blue, darker blue, and blue black or navy blue, and some pink yarn and maybe a little white. So I basically want to create an ombre plus color block kind of effect. So basically you need to assemble first, collect all the yarns that you need, and then start the project. Now for beginning the project, I'll cut the yarn at same sizes. So here I have cut some of these yarns in this size. This is approximately 10 inches in the length. The cords, after you make the cord, then cut them at 10 inches. That is my starting measurement for this project. Now here are all my strips of t-shirt yarn, 10 inches wide. I've cut them and have arranged them as the shade gradient that I want. And other than that, I need another piece of yarn. This is about 36-38 inches long. It's better be long than be short. Don't worry about this knot because these are going to get hidden, and even if they show, they just add a little more texture. So I need these. Now this is the maximum width that will be there. Now let me introduce you to the natural element that Sandra wants us to pick from nature, something that to add to our DIY. So I got this stick from my yard. It just had fallen down in the storm last time, and I need a small piece. I don't need a piece too broad, so I will cut using a hacksaw blade. I'll cut this much piece out and then begin. I've cut this piece of wood to the size, and now I'm going to use a brush and some acrylic paint to just jazz it up a bit. little stripes and dots and lines here and there, very randomly. Next, I took a fine tip pen and a black acrylic color to just highlight these bands furthermore. My stick is now ready. It's painted and looks nice. It's got a curve, so approximately this should be the midline. Now I've taken the longest cord that I have and I doubled it, so I got a loop. So I'll take this loop, go on top of it like this and bring it down from below and take these long open strands out. So this kind of loop in macrame is called lark's head knot. So this is how one can add strings in macrame, and it looks nice with this thing locking it here. So now once I have this, I'm going to keep it right at the top so that I have this whole thing here. Now, with my strings, 10 inches strings all set in the order, I'm going to take the first two strings to start with, two strings, and turn them into, double them and get a loop. I've got two such loops. Now I'm going to put one loop underneath and the other loop over the strings, pink strings. So now this loop which was over it on this side from the strings which were below are the open ends. I'll bring those open ends out from the loop. Similarly, here the open strings on this side are on the top and the loop is in the bottom. I'll bring the open ends from the loops in. So now I'm going to just tighten it up. Just tighten the knot. So this way. So I'm going to show you again. Now I have kept this gap here so that there's a little gap between the pattern that I make and the stick, so that both the pattern as well as the stick are equally highlighted. A loop below and a loop above. Once you start doing them, you find it really easy and you get a hang of them, and just keep on adding all of them here and make sure to tighten the loops and push them to the top like this. Now this is complete. I've attached all of them and I've come to the end. But this string is still long, and if you're wondering why so, now I pull this 2 down and I'm just gonna snip it off here, the excess. So this is extra which I'll throw, and now this is my macrame feather. So when I hang it, these will all slope down to form the feather-like look. Now whatever, once I hang it, I'll find some of them which are a little unruly, going out of the way, like this one. I just will trim it, not over enthusiastically, just trim them so that they all align in a beautiful shape. And it's ready to decorate. I like this boho look. For hanging, since I did not make any loop here, one can even attach a loop or a string from both the sides and it can go up like that. But I don't want a string on the top because it will add on to this look and I don't want it. So I'm just gonna, on the wall, I'm just gonna put 2 nails on 2 sides, 2 small nails, just to support this. It's very light. So 2 thin nails here from the wall will be able to support the structure. Let's see how it looks. I really love this decor, the ombre effect, the color block, the way the colors move from dark to light and it changes from a deep blue to a pale pink is beautiful. Even the stick has this beautiful patterns which look wonderful. They have this folk art, tribal, bohemian look. I think this piece will find a place on a gallery wall in my home. If you like my today's DIY, my video today, please give it a thumbs up, please share and give your comments. I love reading them and I thank each one of you for visiting this video. And until my next video, stay positive, be creative and be happy.